don't have your stream key. So, all right.
Why would you need?
Because the stream key is the thing that allows you to stream to a certain place. If I don't have that, I can't stream to a certain place.
Who said you?
And I'm
had-
currently waiting on the YouTube key, which is going to be 24 hours. I don't know if it'll stick either. So if I do this, I'm going to have to go in literally like 24 hours in advance to get the key. I know.
Okay.
Sounds exciting.
Okay.
How about that? How about that?
So we're testing this out. If you guys want to take a look at it.
Yeah, I have it up. I need to mute you guys for a second
Yeah,
so I
that's
could hear
fine.
it.
No, I mean, makes sense.
But
And if I'm like,
you definitely sound the same.
if I'm louder
Yeah.
than everybody else, let me know because I might need to turn myself down. Kelz?
Yeah.
Talk.
Yo. Why?
Because
I
this is
want to do
important.
that.
You are you are audio man. You come from audio world.
I recognize that it's the entire point of this. However, it doesn't sound like it's worth doing.
Yeah, we're definitely not here to talk and bullshit and all that.
No.
I just realized I was like, "Can y'all hear me?" And I muted myself.
You deafened yourself. Zog, how did it sound?
Yeah, I muted and deafened myself. That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds fine. The only thing that throws me off is how different I sound on this thing than I do to myself.
You sound beautiful, King.
It
Anybody tells
happens
you otherwise,
happens to
I'll fight
all
'em.
of us. I hate listening.
Yo, we got 4 watchers. Oh, it's us.
I know.
I was like, we made it.
Wow.
God damn it, Kai.
Oh my goodness. Well, welcome to the Content Breaker podcast. Here we're breaking content and podcasting about it. Apparently we got some topics lined up for you guys today. We're not staying here on my channel. This is just a temporary thing until we can move on over to our home on YouTube, but apparently that takes time to get a key. So we're just going to talk about whatever. You guys know what the
Where did babies come
importance...
from?
What?
I said, where did babies come from?
No, we're not.
You want to step
we're not that
process or
we're not that kind of
Yes.
podcast.
So we were talking about for whatever. I was just holding you to that, King.
Well, that is the most whatever you could have thought of. Like,
Oh, why
Okay.
do Digimon,
I'm not sure about
why
that,
can
but all right.
Digimon just be, why can Digimon just become whatever the fuck they want? Why is like Digivolution is the dream we all like strive to achieve? It's the lie we were told as children. You can become
Well,
a
that's
firefighter, astronaut, dragon, dog.
yes.
well, that's actually the answer. It's because the series is all about growing up, and Digievolution is supposed to represent that boundless potential of a child to
Oh.
become anything.
There you go, resident Digimon expert.
Yeah, I
Zog
definitely
man.
didn't bullshit my way through that.
So, like, I mean, first of all, Strange, you can't be handing out that, like,
I'm giving
know,
out
title.
I'm giving out doctorates on Digimon. You didn't know?
nah,
that?
you out here saying
Yeah,
resident
yeah, yeah.
Digimon expert. And
He's just mad he didn't get the title.
yes, I am. Because I am narcissistic. But anyway,
And you are.
I read
First step
like,
is admitting it.
I read that Kenji Watanabe, which is weird because it's like the famous designer, also named Watanabe. When he was designing Digimon, he wanted them to be fluid so that they could turn into anything else because he didn't like the constraints. So he thought it was cool to see like a dinosaur get like blasters or a cannon, or like it was just I don't remember exactly what was said, so I don't want to misquote it. But he was like it's intentional. All the weird evolutions are like intentional.
No, but I'm here for it, honestly. Like, I kind of like that. I like it when Gatomon or Tailmon, whichever name you prefer, turns into an angel out of nowhere. Like, you think it'd be a giant cat monster or something? No.
Yeah.
Angel. There.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that's one of the name changes that it ends up being better. uh, Tailmon's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. Just actually changing to the Spanish word for cat.
It makes sense.
Gatomon.
Yeah, it it sounds better and it sticks out in the mind better.
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
like Tailmon is just like, oh, you have a tail, cool. And it's like
Yeah.
Gatomon. It's like, no, it looks like a cat. So duh.
Well, she used her tail to fight. That was probably the main thing why she was Tailmon. If I had to like
I thought
surmise why she was Tailmon.
she used the
Did
little
she
cat
though? Her
paws.
main attack was
Yeah,
Kitty
the-
Punch.
Kitty punch.
Yeah, but she had like the ring on her tail. Remember the stupid plot in Digimon season 2 where all her power was in her tail ring and she lost it, and that was also the thing that made the control spires but kept the control spires at bay because
she's not,
continuity
like-
doesn't exist.
She's not like Pikachu, who's out here whipping out like the Iron Tail for real. We got a whole training arc on that shit.
That also
Yeah.
pisses me off because Pikachu still does not learn Iron Tail in the games.
No, it does.
When?
It did. I don't remember what generation, but I know I had a Pikachu with Iron Tail.
Now,
But no, what I'm mad at
I'm
though
gonna
is,
say around Gen 4.
is Pikachu replaces like what? Quick attack or something? It replaces a move to learn Iron Tail. I'm like, what? No, what is this? Why Iron
Yeah.
Tail? It's not even that great of a move. It's just
Iron Tail is a horrible move, honestly, because it doesn't have to do with body weight, and Pikachu's like super light.
or even better, we went from Volt Tackle to like Electro Ball. What do you mean
That
you're
was
gonna
dumb.
give up Volt Tackle for Electro Ball? No trainer in their right mind would do that. That's why Ash is
Ash
the
was the
worst
worst.
trainer.
I'm about to say.
So it's Black and
anime
White too.
influence.
It learned it by a tutor, so it can only learn it from migrating a Pikachu from Heart Gold and Soul Silver after it's taught it by TM. And Black and White 2, you can learn it from a tutor. So
I thought Volt Tackle.
Mm.
I feel
No,
like
this is
Volt
Iron
Tackle
Tail, by
was...
the way.
Oh, Iron Tail. Okay, it's
Yeah.
like, was Volt Tackle Gen 3 or Gen 4? It was like one of those.
Volt
Can't remember.
Tackle
Had
was
to be at
late
least
in the
4.
game. It was Sinnoh, because I remember
Yeah,
remember
4.
because in the anime Dawn was there, and she's one of the best Poke Girls, which we should totally talk about Poke Girls one day, because I feel like Poke Girls
Well,
are
why
not
not talk about it now?
okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Best Poke Girl or like Poke female or Poke person.
Well,
Latias.
obvious.
This man.
Uh,
Why you gotta go there though? Like automatically.
because it
went
was right there and I knew it'd get a reaction
Listen, bro.
and it'd be funny.
that's like
Sim-
saying Ramiel, the best angel, or like the best girl in even
You
games.
have
Yeah,
said
you have said that.
though.
We have-
You have said that.
you have said we have evidence. We have recorded video of you
He
saying
and I are
that.
on the same page. You know,
Yeah.
vibes.
Listen, let me say this.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Like Ramiel is not a bad choice for best girl, but I'm really wondering like who is best girl to you, Kelz and Evangelion. We're gonna backtrack to the Poke Girls because I refuse to let this guy. I need this discussion.
So let's get to Pokemon Female
Do Pokemon first.
supporters, whatever.
Alright.
I don't know.
All right, Cynthia,
Alright.
easy.
well, easy,
Best girl.
easy clap, Cynthia. There you go. Most
Wow,
recognizable,
strange, you're a married man. I didn't expect you to say that
most
so easily.
recognizable piano or just
OST?
gym leader theme OST.
Did I send you that?
Isn't
that
she the
meme?
only female champion?
No,
There's like
the
most
other
of them
ones are just
female.
forgettable. That's the only reason.
rude. Iris
You
is
ain't
not
wrong,
forgettable. No, Iris isn't forgettable. It's the
Eh,
one
who the
who
fuck
has
is
the
Iris?
Gardevoir. She's the black girl. That's why you don't know her.
That's why I don't know her.
Yeah, clearly that's the only
Hey,
reason.
okay.
Well, she's also the super annoying girl from the shows. She became a
Exactly. You
champion.
admit it. Okay. See, there you
Yeah,
go.
everybody knows she's super annoying, bro.
No,
what?
Unova's champion was so forgettable. Like, other than the fact that she had a Mega Gardevoir, that was about all I remember about that fight, honestly.
I don't think she. No, Iris was Univa's.
Sorry, did I say Unova? I meant, what's
Yeah.
the I've gotten my regions mixed up.
Look,
The one
We don't
after
need-
Sinnoh.
after 4,
Kalos.
you lost
Kalos
me. I don't
region.
care.
The Kalos X and Y. Thank you. All right. Kalos. It's Kalos region.
Okay.
You know who's the most forgettable though? Also, I'm curious about the meme that like Kelz is gonna send me.
No,
But
it was the Cynthia meme where it's some Russian game show
Oh,
about
no.
a kid playing chess with somebody and winning, and for winning, they bring out like
yeah.
the Russian chess guy, and it's just like a Pokemon overlay where it's like you're the champion who beat, like you're the player who beat like the Elite Four, and then it's Cynthia walking out and he just starts crying and it's like,
oh yeah, you did send me that. I remember it.
For winning, you get to fight the meanest, baddest chess player / Pokemon champion in existence.
So I'm gonna run through
Garchomp,
the
go.
champ.
Destroy.
I'm gonna run through the champs, and I will tell you who was the most forgettable one because I didn't even know he was a champ. So, okay, you got Blue from Kanto, and then you have obviously Red who beat Blue, and then you have Trace, who's the 7th iteration of Kanto. I don't even know what he's from. I'm pretty sure it's like Let's Go or something. Yeah,
maybe
most forgettable one.
Never
easy.
heard
Then
of him.
you have Lance, probably the most notable champion in my opinion. Like next to Cynthia, but he's Dragon Johto, and then you have Hoenn. There was 2 of them, Steven and Wallace, which I think Steven is the better champion.
Oh yeah,
my
Steve.
personal opinion.
I was actually kind of upset when it wasn't Steven. I was like, Wallace, get out of here. Go back to your gym where you belong. You water
Rude.
boy. No, I don't want you
Rude.
here.
Hateful. And then you got Cynthia from Sinnoh, best girl for one of the best regions, and then you have like 2. You have Elder, who was the first Unova champion, the guy.
Oh,
who,
Alder?
like Alder, who just had the Bison, and they tried to make the Bison useful by giving it to the champion.
No,
and no one
wasn't-
still got it.
Wasn't he the bug guy? Maybe
What?
I'm thinking of something different. Yeah, he had the bug. Like that's where Volcarona came into the picture, right? Or maybe I'm a generation ahead or something.
I think you're thinking about Aloha King.
No.
Oh.
Alder, he's got like the
Oh yeah, Volcarona. You're right. He had the
he's got the
giant
fire
bug
hair.
type.
He was kind of older, you know.
Yeah. Look
I was like,
stupid.
yo, bug champion. That's awesome. I like that actually. It's like I'm here for
Yeah.
that.
And then Iris was the other champion, which again they won't care about. Diana was
Diana.
Kalos,
Mm.
who had guard. She was strong, which is super forgettable.
Diane excuse me.
Diana,
Yeah,
my
she
bad, Diana.
Just didn't do anything. That was the thing. She's like, oh,
yeah, she
I'm
was
the
pretty,
champion.
so there
Ah.
was that.
The champion.
And then no one cared about the Aloha, like little kids, Elo and Celine. Like screw them. And then you had Mustard from Galar, and then you had
Colonel Mustard.
basically, and then you had Peony.
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 Peony,
Thank
yeah.
you. That was gonna get real
Hey,
bad if I
Odie.
kept trying.
No, like the weakest champion, the newest girl, so dumb. Literally, her ace Pokemon is the crystal. I don't remember what it's called.
Well, they don't even have her on here as a champion, bro.
Really?
Oh yeah,
No,
she's not a champion. She's just some woman.
No, she is the champion or the final person.
No, Leon was a champion. Homegirl, I know who you're talking about. She was like the
Are you talking Sword or Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah, Scarlet Violet.
yeah.
Nah, I have no idea then. I haven't played
Yeah.
anything since Sun and Moon.
I know who
Not
you're
the
talking about.
Nemona.
But
Or-
not
Yeah.
Nemona. Nemona's your rival champion person.
Geta is who he's talking about.
Yeah, but she's like, oh, I'm going to send out my ace Pokemon, final Pokemon, that is literally supposed to go first because of its ability. But she uses it last. And I'm like, why? No, why? Oh. Anyways.
I stand on Geta being the worst thing to happen to anybody. Trash.
Why?
Because she, like Strain said, she was a horrible gym leader. Like her character was just flat, and she did not know how to utilize her Pokemon. Because it's like She could have been a force if she had changed up the succession of her Pokemon, but that's also the algorithm, so I don't even really know.
Yeah, it's the programmers. They
Yeah.
made it easy on purpose.
But like that's unimmersive.
I mean, it is a kid's game.
But still,
Don't
this is
to get into this shit.
this is
Yeah.
like the second to last boss, like in the whole game. Well, not in the whole game, but like in your final road to supreme victory. How you gonna like just not even have a challenge? Like the main boss fight, even
mean-
before the Elite Four, was more challenging, I believe.
It was. It was.
And epic, by the way. Oh my gosh, what a great ending! But besides
I
the
don't
champion,
remember who we fought.
depending on the version, you fight a robot.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah,
was very
the-
heartfelt. Yeah.
Oh
that was
yeah,
crazy.
that was
That was a
great.
good ending. I forgot about that.
Woo.
And then Nemona was a good rival too. But like, okay, you know who I want to fight in these Pokemon games? I want to fight Ash. I want to run the fade for him letting every good Pokemon go. And the crappy ending he got. I want to run the fade with like the creators of Pokemon. Because I was like, how do you make him go through 25 years, not end up with any of the girls that you shipped him with? You just used them for merchandise, which I mean respect, but like, damn. Like, and his journey like amounted to nothing.
Like who do they think these girls are on OnlyFans?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Anyway, look at that Gengar in the background. That's crazy. Kelz got a
Bruh,
cool
is he-
Gengar.
Is he still 10 years old?
Yes.
Now the
Yeah.
series is
That's
done. He's
that's
just-
why I'm at. Yes, he didn't age up. And then his dad was off screened because like he gets home to his mom, who's still coincidentally with Mr. Mime and like Professor Oak. I ain't gonna say nothing. But then she was like, "Your daddy came by and he left you a new hat. Go find him." And Ash is like, "I'm off to a new adventure." I'm like, "What?" So you just acknowledge that he has a dad, but don't show him.
You didn't.
I'm stressing, bro. Like,
And he's going on a new adventure anyway, so you could have just wrapped this shit up a long fucking time ago.
yeah.
And did.
Bro, I can't wait for the like 35th gen where Ash comes back as a Pokemon hunter, and like your
He
mission
starts up the
is-
next Team Rocket.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooter where you just gotta go like hunt Ash. For
Oh, no, I
being,
got it.
like,
Ready?
The main villain of the game.
He's
Oh,
only the main
hell
villain
yeah.
because he's like, I never found my dad. I searched so long and hard, so now I'm just gonna murder everyone's Pokemon.
Jesus.
Come on, Pikachu, let's go destroy everybody.
Like, could you imagine Pikachu like slaying its own kind? I mean, but it's gonna be funny
Yes.
because Ash is gonna go to do that and he's still gonna get wiped by a level 1 Snivy. So it won't even matter. Like,
Bruh.
I was so mad when that happened. You have freaking Pikachu who's at least level 400 by now. Like, he's here. He's got like, he doesn't have a type disadvantage, but he doesn't have a type advantage, but he doesn't have a type disadvantage either. But
Yeah,
this man's out here and he loses to this level 1 Snivy. I'm like, the amount of disrespect, bro.
Like, you
Like,
could
why
have
do I
at
believe
least-
in you?
used Quick Attack more.
Well, that was your first
But-
mistake.
Yeah.
Hit the grass type with the electric move. That'll work. At least hit it with a normal move.
Nah, but I mean, I guess the new series is kind of fire, is from what I hear. I hear it's good. It's
I
not
gave up on
Ash's
the anime
daughter.
at the same point I gave up on the games.
Yeah, it's
So-
not Ash's daughter, which everybody thought it was gonna be.
Thank God. Get out of here with this Boruto shit.
Listen, bro, it's just weird that Ash got hoed so hard, bro. Like,
Is it?
Yeah,
Yes. 25 years.
It is a
and you
bit
get
tragic.
nothing.
That's I don't know.
I'm gonna
That's
be
like,
honest. A, I'm not surprised, and B, I'm just happy it finally happened.
I
Yeah,
guess
it's one of those-
Just move the fuck on. I was tired of his ass in like whatever the Sinnoh when the fourth region had come around, and that was the one, and the only reason I care about that generation was for the Pokemon.
It's one of those things that like the Pokemon anime has always just existed to sell the product. Like,
Yeah.
it's never told a grand overarching narrative. It's just been Ash goes and finds the new generation of Pokemon and then gets the shit beat out of him so we can make another gen and sell it to you again. That's just been the way that the show has always functioned. It's sure cool shit's happened. And of course we've had the 4 movies that mattered. But
Yeah.
like the anime was never really, and it's long in the tooth because it started when it did and really kept the same exact format. Um like it never really had an intrinsic value or a story to tell. So when it just comes to a screeching halt, it's like, what other than the time invested, what did we get and what did we lose? Like, not a lot.
I
you
mean,
know?
like Journeys, I think the problem was that Journeys hyped it up for a lot of people for a grandiose ending because Journeys was really good. We got a dope theme song that like told a story. Like we got character resolution with Team Rocket. We saw stuff with Ash growing, him going out here, like him living life and finally becoming a true champion because we know Aloha didn't count. Like the homies came back, we saw like Dawn come back. We saw Iris and Clementine and all those other characters. Like Cynthia came back about 3-4 times. You know what they did. Claire came back. That one chick who like hurt Brock's heart in the Orange Islands and was like bad for no reason. She ain't come back, sadly. But it'd been cool if she did. So like it gave people a lot of hype and a lot of like expectations, which is funny because no one had any expectations before that. They're just like, this series is washed, and then they're like, yo, Ultimate, and they're like, oh, they're like, yeah, Journeys, man. And then they shit the bed with the 11th episode thing they were hyping up, but it's okay. I mean, at least Naruto's coming back, so there's that.
Is it coming back though?
Isn't
Is
For
it
4 episodes. I don't know what that's about.
Boruto 2 Electric Boogaloo?
No, they've changed the name of Boruto to like Twin Tailwinds or something.
What?
Yeah.
What? How does that make sense?
I
Let me-
need your sources.
Let me look at the internet. Like, let me see.
well, then I definitely don't believe that.
Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. So that's from
It is
Shueisha.
Boruto 2.
I feel like
This
that's.
Beyblade.
I feel like that was just like someone's first translation of this shit.
No, it's official. It's from like Shueisha. Yeah, Shueisha. Copyright,
Boruto,
so.
you gotta summon your bit beast,
It's
man.
the sequel.
You gotta
Have
reach
y'all
inside.
Shit.
Have y'all seen what the new design for Sada looks like though?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I think
don't
so.
know.
It's all right.
Meh.
She looks like the librarian that didn't get to be a librarian because she wanted to because it was a family's business, but she's mad at it.
Sure. Okay.
I want to care, and the issue is this is season 2 or something.
Part
and we
2.
Fuck
This
it.
is basically the Shippuden.
Don't you start with me? But yes, actually.
Who's ready
like,
for
we find-
100,
The fucking 100-year
150 episodes of filler? Yay!
We finally get to the part where they look cool on
Yeah.
episode 1.
Yep.
And we waited through all of this shit. And I'm not saying it didn't have hype moments.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I didn't make it through 70 episodes of filler. I made it through 16.
Yep. 6 years. It
I
took
made
to
it.
get here.
I made it to the Blood Mist Village, and I stopped. No, I said blah.
Wait, the second time or the
I'm
OG blood?
I'm
Second
surprised
time.
anyone
Yeah.
is. Honestly, the thing that gets me is I'm surprised anybody didn't see that coming. The first Naruto series, the OG, had 150 episodes worth of fucking filler.
Yeah, but that was at the end.
That amounted to fucking nothing but stretching out the end.
But it was at the end, and Bleach
Yeah.
had a whole arc full of filler, bro. Like, it's funny because One
What
Piece has some of the
multiple-
least filler in any shonen anime,
Oh my
and people
What the fuck
it
does that
does.
have to do with
You
what
know
we
he
were
was gonna bring it
It,
up.
it literally has everything to do with what we're talking about. I'm saying how it's funny.
what we were talking about was the fucking Boruto stretching that shit out, and it was already a fucking trend with the original series. That's what I was getting to. That had nothing to do with the other two.
But it's the way it works, but it wasn't that way from episode 1. right? Boruto opens and we just sit in filler
Mhm.
forever. At
75
least
episodes.
Naruto, we get an introduction, we get the pilot, and then we get the
Mhm.
setup, and then we get,
The kick-ass song.
the first adventure we go off into the, hidden mist
Yeah.
village or whatever. Like we get some
Great
action
Naruto bridge.
before we get to, bullshit. We get some meat to the product, and Boruto just didn't have that for many reasons,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because the story
Yeah.
wasn't written when they were drawing it,
Yeah, because they had to continue the damn thing on. They had to jump into it right after not the fucking Boruto's dad series ended. Uh,
Please
what
never.
the
They'll
hell
never,
was there?
they'll
What
never
the
make me
hell
not
was
laugh.
there for them to do other than just God knows how much filler in the meantime?
Well, you gotta understand, like Japan is very money centric. Everything they do, we're like, oh, they're doing it for us. No, they're doing it for the cash.
Yeah, whoever
So
says they're doing it
Whoever's
for
for
us
us,
is fucking dumb.
people who like anime
seriously.
and like don't, but there. I mean, there's some things that I'll say they probably did for us when they enhance shows and stuff like that. That's probably a labor of love from the animators. But like in
Dragon
terms of
Ball
like,
Z Kai, the recut to make it more
Yeah.
palatable. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But like overall, what they do is for financial gain. And Kishimoto was like, I'm done with this. I've already started writing Samurai 8. This is what I want to do.
Ooh.
And they're like, haha, no, you're ending it. I don't like that. So even though that Madara's there, we need a villain for our series, Boruto's son. Or sorry, Boruto's. Anyway, we need a. Anyway, we
Boruto's
need a
son, the
villain for our
next series in the
So
great
I want you to make
ninja
it
saga.
so open ended. So Kishimoto has admitted in interviews, yeah, I had to make Kaguya to continue the series, but I was already way on the way out because I wanted to do Samurai 8. And the sad part is Samurai 8 failed because So he did that just so we could do that, and they were like, "Oh, we've got this stuff for Boruto, so we don't want the Naruto IP to draw up. So quickly push something out." And they're like, "We can just make filler because the manga for Boruto is monthly, and monthly manga take a while to fill out a volume, and they don't normally make an anime season until they have about 3 or 4 volumes." So that's why we got the 75 episodes of filler for Boruto, which I'm not saying is like bad, do what you do. But I feel like we could have gone such a better way. We could have gone into like all the novel stuff, like the world of Naruto. That like if it shows you anything with this new Minato one shot that came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago, people still love Naruto. They just don't like Boruto as much. So when we got the I think Minato's one shot was like the highest, like the quickest, what's it called? The quickest grossing or quickest viewed thing. It got to a certain number faster than anything else on their website. I was like, yeah, people love
did
Minato.
good numbers.
Like, and the Naruto character poll had record numbers. So, and now we're probably gonna get Minato stuff, or at least pre-Naruto lore, because people really resonated with that.
Boruto's granddad season? Wow,
Yeah,
that's
listen.
crazy.
Yeah, Himawari's granddad. Don't come at me with that.
Anytime
We're
you say
getting-
granddad,
Look,
I
if you're gonna
Boruto's
acknowledge one, you
granddad.
gotta take them both.
We're getting Hinata's father-in-law. The story.
Oh, no, man. You know what I want? I want an Oppenheimer of fucking the third Hokage, just
Lord.
making the hard decisions to lead to neglect Naruto.
We're gonna nuke the village. What?
Man, looking at him, he's like, man, I could really feed this kid, or I could let him be hungry and go steal his fish by the river.
Yo, I could just let him drink sour milk. Like, fuck this kid.
It's like you got the Amu behind him, Lord Third. You made a promise. Fuck that promise.
Yeah, I didn't
What's-
see
You
shit.
made a you promised Kushina is like, do you see her here?
Eh,
What's she gonna do?
No, I see her over there in the ground.
like he's
like, you
still
promised
She ain't
Kush-
doing shit.
he's still alive. He's fine. He'll be okay.
It's like, Lord Third, you promised Kushina. Hey, did y'all find those Reaper Death Seal masks yet? No, sir. Then I ain't promised shit.
Oh please! Even if he did find those, he wouldn't have done shit with it.
That always makes me laugh about how they were like a lost thing in the Uzumaki. Freaking Orochimaru comes back for 3 minutes and knows exactly where to go to find them. I'm
Bro,
like,
It's in a Manon building. He picks the 2 out from the wall of shit.
Like all the maps. He's
This
like,
one looks creepy. We're good.
I'm just
solve
like,
all of
bro.
our problems.
I'm like, bro, the plot devices Kishimoto put in that final arc. That man was ready to end the series, bro. Like Kakashi has dual EMS, so he has a Susanoo. But how? Chakra. I'm just saying.
Chakra
Like,
bomb.
there's literally like things where people ask questions, and like the answer is just like he inherited Obito's will of fire. I'm like, that don't make sense though, because the will of fire is an emotion.
He's right there.
Ah, Lord, just
Think-
man. I will say this. I
It's
feel
so
like
dumb because you actually, if you would actually, there are actual ways you could have like logicked into explanations for that shit. Like he's lived with Obito's eye in him for so long, their chakras basically became the same thing. So just transfer the rest of it in Obito's dying breath over to Kakashi. Temporary Susanoo powers.
bro, hottest of takes, right? Hottest of takes. I mean, it's not even a hot take. I feel like the longer Naruto went, the worse it got. Like,
Yeah, no shit.
because I still like one of my favorite arcs or like scenes in Naruto is literally the Zabuza Haku Naruto bridge battle. Like, I think that was close to perfect. Like, it was so good. And then the Forest of Death was good. And the Chunin, man, the Sasuke retrieval arc was probably my favorite part of Naruto. Like,
And then you
this-
have so much after that.
yeah.
That just basically tried to do the same thing as that and rehash it, and that's why nobody gives a fuck about it.
Oh my god. So Boruto's long play is it's just starting at the end and going backwards. Eventually we will get back
Eventually,
to
you'll get back to the good stuff, but who knows how long that's going to take.
I mean, you're not wrong.
the 10th year anniversary where we get Boruto, the 1,000-year Blood War arc.
Man, we're on year 6. Man, I was talking to Juan about that. I think we were talking to you, Strange, because I'm about like, oh, it was so Gear 5 happened in One Piece, and everybody's like, it's gonna break the internet, and it did. And then people were like, what's the definition of breaking the internet? Like, blah 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 blah. This whole thing changed. And I was like, I can't remember the last time people were this hype about something. And I was like, yeah, I can. The most recent memory for me is the day the 1,000-year Blood War got released. It was almost like when Pokemon Go came out, you know? It was just a sense of like, I don't know.
So many people, not enough servers is what it ultimately was.
Yo, you know what the worst thing is for me about it? Is I have been bitching about Boruto. But you look at Studio Pierrot, and they do both things. They make you a Boruto, and they make you a Bleach 1,000-year Blood War arc. And it's like,
Yeah.
they have the potential. This could have been significantly better. You know, even if we disregard writing, material-wise, there's just some stuff where they put the C team on the Boruto episode this week. Maybe that's because you had to put the A team and the S tier on, the big
Where they
project.
belong.
But, to take a cash grab and it not live up to the hype. Yeah. But when you do get stuff like, oh my God, Bleach, every week.
Every episode of the 1,000-year Blood
Yeah,
War arc.
every episode, bro.
Insane.
Man,
Fucking Renji finally get out.
I didn't watch the new episode yet. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus. Right.
All it says is Renji finally get his due. So
I know. I didn't even know he was showing up. I don't know where I thought that man was, but yeah. I mean, I'm glad Renji's finally doing something besides
I just
taking-
hope it holds,
taking L's like
man.
Yamcha.
Yeah,
hope
I
it
mean, listen.
holds.
If there's one thing I've learned from watching the 1,000-year Blood War is like the get back might not be gotten because like I'm just like yeah, and then Yahaba's like poetry, and I'm like damn. So like, I gotta watch the new episode. Me and Strange watched One Piece, and that's all I could. That's all I could
It
handle for the week.
it was a day. It was worth it though. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for all the stuff coming up.
I watched
after this.
Cam build my computer as I waited for One Piece, and then I fell asleep.
He did.
It was
He
good.
passed out. He passed out.
I'm
Right,
old, man.
He passed out right. He passed out right there where that pillow is. That's
Yeah,
where
I
he
made
was-
it to like 9:30 to get through the episode, and I was gone, bro. I am old. Like, this is pushing my bedtime right now, actually. But I mean, Studio Period, whatever.
Peridot.
Studio
Paradigm?
Piro.
I don't know.
Did you ever watch the Black Clover movie, Kelz?
No, I have not. I have
Okay.
Oh, man.
I have been burnt out
Ah.
on my own, and then like just scraping through anime that pique my interest. So I haven't made it through that movie yet, but I need to.
Insanity, bro. Absolute. Like,
It is.
I had to look to
I
make sure
want
Studio
Black
Piro
Clover
made
back.
that, bro. I like.
I started
Good.
reading the manga for that. Not bad.
Yeah,
Starting out pretty good. I'm
gets better.
trying to find a good moving switching point from the manga to the anime to start watching that.
Elf Arc. I will tell you when. Once you get to the Elf Arc, you should start watching it.
Elf arc. Okay.
Yes.
You'll know.
I'll
You'll know.
tell you when it is.
Yeah, you'll know.
When you meet Despair, that's when you should like start reading or watching the anime.
Okay.
Because when they go into the underwater cavern, basically. So I'll tell you what an actual chapter that is later. Just remind me.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
But
that
yes.
that leads me on to my next question, because this is an example. All right. So, have you ever seen a show that you're just like, I have definitely seen this premise or idea somewhere else, and it's just this time we're in a new setting?
Every
Well-
2012 school anime, bro. Every
Bro.
time they went to the fucking academy and there's a redhead chick and a blue haired chick and someone who has their powers locked and they have to get it unlocked, but their sister's dead. Every time.
Have you heard of a new anime called The Keepers of the Seven Spell Blades or whatever? I don't know.
Nah, that's we gonna talk about that one later.
Sound
That
like
is
a hentai. Nope.
no, it is
not.
I
It's
mean,
not.
yes, it kind of is.
I guess at one part, but like no.
Strange likes it because it's like a hentai.
No,
But what were you
it's
saying, Kelz?
Well, no, that's a great example for me. Kind of in this vibe is Black Clover, right? Black Clover is just Naruto in a medieval fantasy setting.
You've been on Twitter, bro. Like they were.
That's
Don't you mean
I
X?
know I know very little, and I'm really just starting with this, but that's pretty apt.
I mean,
So-
it's funny.
So hold on,
because-
wait. So basically, what you're saying is it's like the hero's journey.
Yes, it's the hero.
Okay,
journey,
well there you go.
except literally,
Wait, so
started
it's
from the
like
bottom.
Star Wars.
So it's
so it's like the
like-
tale of
what the
Son
fuck?
Goku.
so it's like
is
Lord of the
hero's journey.
Rings.
So-
So it's like, oh my gosh, Homebound. It's Homebound.
Homeward Bound.
Yes, with the animals.
Homeward Bound.
okay, Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound.
Yeah,
Sakura's the cat. Oh my god, it makes sense.
bruh.
It's literally Homeward Bound. God.
In my mission to catch
Naruto's
up,
the pit bull. That's what people in the village don't like.
in my mission to catch up on anime, I started watching Gundam, the Witch from
Witch of
Mercury.
Mercury.
Witch from Mercury?
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's definitely just Utena, but with giant robots.
You ain't wrong. Oh, did someone turn
Wait,
into a car?
So about to say, which robot turns into a car?
No, the little girl turned into a robot. That's
Yeah.
not even
No.
a
Very.
robot.
Very. Yeah. No. It's like.
Wait,
Ugh.
does that mean Darling in the Franks was just Utena?
No, Darling the Franks was Evangelion but horny.
Yeah,
Which is wild to say. Which is a wild to
I'm
say.
pretty sure
no. So
that one had enough horny for itself anyway.
Darling in the Franks is just Evangelion if Hiro Mashima wrote it.
Oh no, don't do Hero like that, bro. Here- No, because at least the females would have had character if he wrote it, bro.
Yeah, I gotta give him that one. He's got a
Zero
point
Two
there.
just was like, I'm angsty, and the other girl was like, I want to be pregnant, but I don't remember being pregnant. Did you make me pregnant?
How did this happen? I don't know.
She's a
I get it.
clone.
Yes, basically, yeah. I mean, yeah, she was a clone indeed. Then Hero turned into a dinosaur because he ate her blood. Yeah.
I'm
I
just
never
saying.
finished.
I'm just saying. I call that series as trash after episode 2. So
I mean, the intro was lit. It
was lit. It was very good.
Yeah. So, but like Toetra was saying, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying there are so many rips of things because I mean, when you read Black Clover, when you get past where the anime ended, you start seeing all the Bleach like inspiration. And I'm like when they go to the land of the rising sun, that's when you're like, oh, okay. But there was something that happened last chapter where people were like, this was bar from bar freaking Naruto. And I'm like, listen, okay, maybe. But there's so many things that are like that. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude because I love Hiro Mashima, but that man get a bag. Just he keep writing the same story, which I'm okay with
I mean,
because it's good. Like
yeah. When
he
you're good at
changed-
writing certain tropes, why not keep up with the tropes?
I mean, we all saw what happened when they tried to divert with the new generation of Star Wars. Like they should have just stuck to the formula because
They shouldn't have even made them.
Bro,
No,
you just
I
gotta,
think
you know,
literally the first movie they stuck to the formula, and then from there somebody
okay.
took some drugs and they just went
No.
crazy.
Okay, The Force Awakens was basically somebody saying, "I'm a fan of Star Wars. Y'all's a fans of Star Wars. This is a Star Wars movie. We can make Star Wars." That's all that was. The Last Jedi was somebody saying like, "Okay, we've had our Star Wars movie, but this is a new gen. This is new shit. Let's do new shit." And then the third movie was just like, "We afraid of new shit. We're gonna run away from this hard and make none of it matter," thus making that second movie utterly worthless. So everything that could upset people was literally is now just there to upset people.
yeah,
bro. But I love Hiro Mashima because you're right. He's writing the same story, but he does it in like every decade or so. He's just like, all right, we gonna write the guild is the friends, or the guild
Yeah.
is the main character, right? So all 974 members of Fairy Tail are the main character. Oh, nice, all cute, whatever. And now with Eden Zero, he's like, no, we gonna focus on the ship. Only the ship
Yeah.
matters. Fuck everybody else. It's just who's
It's
on the ship.
all the crew. But the
I'm
thing I
here
do
for it
love
still.
about that though, the thing I do love about that though is that like Fairy Tail was a much more upbeat and um we accept everybody kind of thing. So the tone matched what the overall guild was like.
Yeah.
Eden Zero is a lot darker and a lot more let's say mature.
Eden
and how
Zero
it does
said,
it.
"What
So
would
he
happen?"
You got the main character starting out that kind of way, but quickly learning and changing how he thinks about things and just sticking with his core crew that he knows he can trust.
Yes. And he is trying to make, the universe his friend.
Yeah.
But he knows that there are boundaries and he's got to
Yeah.
fight for the ones he knows are there.
There are subtle differences, but those subtle differences matter.
Also, the main plot of Eden Zero is just to respect the robot overlords. Hiro Mashima's getting his
Yeah.
his opinion in early, so when the robots do come,
get on Skynet's good side.
yeah. He's like, "Hey, I wrote Eden Zero. We're cool.
I warned them. I told them to treat you right.
I
See,
respect your sentience."
like, look how many chapters are dedicated to saying how nice robots are. See, it's all right here. Trust me, I am friend.
What about
my
all the
God.
robot murder you wrote? They were the bad guys.
The bad guys
Listen.
did that.
Eden Zero is a special series. Like this is probably the only manga that I bought from beginning to end because I was like, ooh, I will Hiro Mashima's like not gonna say that, but I'm a fanboy, so let me
Okay.
just buy this series blindly, and then I get the like book 4 And I'm like, let me read this series I've been purchasing and just keep it on my shelf. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And then I got the volume 8. I'm like, oh, this is different. I got the volume 12. I was like, this is one of my favorite manga. Like, and
Get
I
to volume
still,
22 and you're like, I am broken.
yeah, yeah. But in terms of other people who just write the same story, I feel like you gotta also say that for like, it's just you'll have to work with me here. But I feel like Attack on Titan is just Flesh Gundam. Like when you look at it,
Yeah, pretty much.
it's okay, cool. I thought that would be a lot more feedback, or like
No,
resistance.
no, even the first season was basically just it's a mecha anime, except the giant robots are flesh people.
Just fleshy.
I've tried to explain this to people before, and it is just not gone my
Yo,
way. Like,
so
Only-
the
That's
issue
because
yeah,
a
it's
lot
just-
of the Attack on Titan fans are people who got into anime through Attack on Titan.
yeah, until like Kai, you and I have gone back and delved into like OG Gundam, and until you like see how like real those things got, like your statement about it just being Flesh Gundams, and kind of all the series crazy plot whatever devices, all
Yeah.
fits in that genre.
yeah,
It's even all the crazy political intrigue that Attack on Titan is held up as fucking revolutionary or whatever for. That was all in Gundam from the start.
Bruh,
And-
space racism has been a plot point for years.
Space
Yes,
racism.
exactly.
And you know,
So
like
it
I
literally just is a Gundam show that just take the robot out.
and you know, and it very much is, and it's something I've noticed is like every now and then there will be a new series that I think people have as like an entry point, and they view that as like their shining star series. Like, oh my gosh, like Attack on Titan was my first anime. It's the best thing I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. And then, you know, they go and watch all this other stuff, but it's not like the same experience that they at first, you know, witness. I guess it's like
Yeah.
when you're really hungry and you take that first bite of like, or you take that first sip of Sprite from McDonald's, or you take that first bite of a
Yup.
cheeseburger,
yup.
and it's like it hits hard. But when you take that second bite, it's not as like impactful. You're like, okay, yeah, I've had the hamburger before.
The first one's for the taste, just savor the taste, and then the rest of it is just nutrition that your body needs.
Same
It-
thing
yeah.
with like media. You know, after a while, you're like, I've played this game before. Basically, it's a slightly different game, but
I feel like there's some anime, like, and then you got anime like Horror Mia Piece, which just makes you want to punch a cat. No, I don't actually abuse animals, but that's literally they didn't adapt the story completely, so now they're taking out all the stuff they didn't adapt and putting it into like episodes that aren't canonically and just like stuff happening. I'm like, that is infuriating because I'm like, you showed that you knew what you were doing and you could have just done it from the beginning. But okay. But then you have shows where I feel like there's a lot of like love and passion and creativity and new things in there. Not that some of the planned shows don't have that, but one show as of recent that is like really refreshing is Zom 100, which is
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
like that's like super refreshing. It's about this character who worked for a black company and sacrificed. Well, if you don't know what a
I was
black company
like,
is, let
oh,
me explain that
explain,
before I just breeze past that.
explain.
In Japan, they have these companies where they like work you to death, and it's very toxic, and it's like very strong work culture where you just
Sounds
sometimes
like
don't even
retail
go
in
home.
America.
Yeah, it's just like every day is Black Friday though. It's like you don't really go home, you just work, you're expected to put in a bunch of hours without getting paid for it. Like it's very toxic. So
Exploitative is the word that.
yeah, very exploitive.
Yeah.
So the main character, Akira, is working at this black company, and he's like sacrificed 3 years of his life here, and he's just so miserable. The girl that
a
he was
media
smitten with-
company, like
what's that?
a media company. He writes like
Yeah.
commercials and stuff.
Yeah, a media company, and he's got this little crush been getting him through, and then you find out that ain't even what it's supposed to be.
Bruh, the crush from episode 1,
I-
where we're setting all this up. You know, oh, the office crush, the real cute one. Oh, she's fucking the boss.
So
In the office.
let me tell you, right? So I was watching episode 1 with Strange, Juan, and Kim. I see her. I'm like, she on some hoe shit right away. And they were like, Amon, why you always do this? This why you have toxic relationships. Because you always trying to see. And so
Hell
when
no, that would be seeing the red flags is how you stay out of the toxic relationships.
thank you. So I see it, and then it happens, you know, and they're like, damn. I'm like, yeah, I told you. Like, it just fell off. So anyway, so this character, Akira, the world starts getting taken over by zombies, right? He just sees the zombies taking over everything. Everybody's panicking and losing their mind. This man's like, I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
I don't have work. I'm
And
free.
it's just like,
The best part for me is like all of the color is drained out of his life to the point where in the episode, by the time he's like, you know, all the shit's going down around him and everything's black and white. And when he finds out that there's a zombie apocalypse and he finally is like, I don't have to go to work today, the color comes back into his universe at this time of like turmoil and death.
And this
so
is why we
fun.
love animation.
Oh, it's just
yes,
so
bro.
It's
It's
so
you
good.
should watch it, Zog. You would love it.
I
It is
already feel
good.
like I love it just from this. This is great. I need to watch it.
And
It's
another one
got
that
some
gives me
feels
that
too. Like
it does. Oh, it does.
it's got some
It does.
feels.
And another one that gives me that vibe in a completely different way is Eminence and Shadow, bro. Eminence and Shadow takes the overpowered like hero vibe and like trolls it so hard. I'm gonna let
It's so
Strange
great.
explain it because it's I just you know what? You just gotta watch it. I don't even think us explaining it will do it any justice.
The
You
only
just gotta watch
the
it.
only thing I can really kind of if you wanted to be like if you wanted to play like a rogue character but like as like a main character in whatever isekai universe you want to go to, but it's like you're so extra in the way that you go out of your way to make yourself appear as a normal person throughout day-to-day life. Of like, I'm the boring background character, but little do they know I'm actually the Eminence and Shadow. And then you just pop up out of nowhere and you're like, ha 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 ha, I am atomic. And then you just blow everything up. It's great.
Yeah, it's like when you're an edgelord. It's like you're
Oh,
a
yeah.
chitty boy edgelord, but like it works for. He thinks the whole world is like a game. He's like, because he died in real life, and he's like, oh well, I'm just like here living whatever. Like he's in a delusion, and he makes up like this fake church of evil and everything just so he can have something to do. And it
Wait.
turns out it's real. So it's like.
yeah.
Like, he didn't create the organization, but he's like he tells a lie. He's like, yes,
Cults
the
of
cult
Diablos, but
yeah,
like
it's
they're
here
real.
to take you, and I can be your savior. And he actually ends up as a deity to these people that he's saving because he just thinks he's
Oh my
bullshitting.
It's great. No, it's hilarious.
But,
There's an
like,
anime that just ended last season.
please don't tell me it's Kamikatsu, bro. Please don't tell me it's
Yes.
Kamikatsu.
Kamikatsu. Oh my god. That
I
was
tr-
so fun.
Bro, I tried to watch it. I was like, yo, I'm gonna come back to this one, and then I just didn't. I need to though.
Yeah, you need to. Kamikatsu, God in a Godless World is so fun. It's an isekai where the main character is the son of a cult leader
Yep.
who the cult leader throws his son off a cliff into the sea while he's trapped in a barrel as a sacrifice to their deity, right?
Some
And that's
ancient
wh-
Greece shit.
That's where, but it's like modern day Japan, and it's a bodybuilding cult. It's a whole weird thing, and he dies in the water. He drowns, and his last wish is, if I'm gonna be reborn, I want to be reborn in a world where there is no God. Boom! What do you know? He's reborn in just that world, except that world is equally shitty in a different way.
Hmm.
And it's his job.
Who would have guessed?
So
his
it's like-
job to bring the concept of God to this new world.
So I'm gonna need the crossover of Konosuba and the Working for God in a Godless World anime and Saga of Tanya the Evil. I need them all to team up, and let's see what happens from there. So
It's gonna be like
I'm
Mew
pretty
Power,
sure
bro.
that's like that Isekai Quartet show.
it probably is, honestly, but like
It's gonna be like Mew Power. Like this is gonna happen.
Goodness. But like
Yeah.
speaking of edgelord animes,
Edgelording sounds disgusting for some reason.
no, edgelord animes, me and Static have been watching the Sword of the Seven Spellblades or something or other.
Oh gosh.
Sword
bro.
of the Seven Edgelords. I don't know.
So it's the Seven Swords Blades, but I call it the Seven Edgelords. This
Seven
show is the edgiest stuff I
It
have
is like
ever watched in my life, bro.
it is the
Like
most
I kid you not. So there's this scene where these two students are like dueling with swords, right? And like the dude is like, "Oh, she's trying to kill me," but he's like, he's trained, so his instincts take over, and he starts trying to killing her. And then the teacher has to break it up, and like she's like, "Oh, that was so great. It sucks that you couldn't kill me, though. I really wanted you to." And he's like, "What the f is the matter with you?"
Yeah.
It just blows up for her. And she's like, "What? I wanted to die an honorable death." And he's like, "Don't you ever in your life again try and get me to kill you, you psycho." And I'm just like, "Wait, what?" Just happened?
And then this girl's like, I don't know why I want to hang out with him all the time. And then someone's like, well, maybe you're in love with him. It's like, is this what love is? That we
And then
want to
she
murder
goes
each other? They're like,
confesses
no.
2 minutes later, I have never seen an anime confession this fast. She's like, "Hey, I'm in love with you," and the dude is like, "Wait, what?" Like he's having normal reactions to these things, and it just makes it so much worse. But it's
Also,
hilarious,
it's
bro.
the most on-site anime as well. Like literally, like
Yeah.
some guys start picking on one of the other main-ish side characters or whatever, and then this dude like literally just throws an explosion spell.
Yeah,
for-
just straight up blows him up.
Straight
And then for some reason, they stop using magic and have a fist fight. I'm like, what? Like, ain't no way I got the extendo and I put it up when you get yours out and just start boxing you. Like, it's a time, bro. And there's like episode 2. Just make sure you ain't got nobody in the room when you watch that one. Episode 2 or 3.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, this girl straight
Where
up
they
gave birth to a demon.
No.
And then
Game of Thrones shit.
and then like the guy's like, "You disgusting whore." Like, I'm just-
She's like making sounds too. I'm like, oh no, this is not what
and
I
then
thought
he's
it
like,
was.
"I've been in your guts before this disgust." I'm like, who wrote this,
I don't
bro?
know.
Like, the subs are wild, bro. It is.
Somebody had to write that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Somebody had to
Voice
draw
that.
that.
Somebody had
Someone
to-
had to voice that. And then someone had to translate that.
Yo,
And then
someone
someone
had to
else had to
say-
add the translation to the subtitles. Of
And then
that
someone
scene.
had to approve it to go to air.
Mhm.
These are all things that had to happen for
They
this.
said, "Yep, this is
And these are all people who had to say yes to this.
Like, I felt like
sir. Seems fine to me. I've seen
and
worse."
it started on
And
some high school DxD stuff with like not okay. Hear me out, because when the girl walked by, the main character Oliver Horn is like, her hair was as beautiful as this, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those, and then it was not one of those, and I was like, okay,
And it's more like if Harry Potter was an anime, but just like a little bit.
Oh,
If the dark stuff happened like right away, that's how this is going.
oh, and
The
they
dark
use
stuff that happened right away, like parents being murdered.
Yeah,
and
pretty
a
much.
child being orphaned.
and
Well,
they
like,
use
yeah.
swords too, which is wild.
How was that wild?
Because I guess it's just weird because they use like little swords.
But then they also have
So-
wands, so it's like they got like a wand and a sword in one hand, and like, haha.
Oh, what you really are looking for Harry Potter the anime is Mashal.
Yes.
Muscle and
Yes, that
We'll
was
watch
fire.
that. That was great. Oh, I've never laughed so much recently in an anime. It's one of the funniest
So
things.
dumb.
It's so it's like you're supposed to be making a potion. How come they keep turning to cream puffs? I don't know, man.
Yo, you want Bleach Light? Check out Mononogatari.
I
Oh,
don't know. Who?
Mononogatari.
Oh, when did that come out?
We're on season 2 right now.
it sounds
Mononogatari.
familiar. What's the?
It's basically Bleach in the real world with supernatural stuff. These God damn it. Give me a synopsis immediately. So Japanese folklore, spirits attach themselves to items, and that turns into anime plot, right? So there's a whole slew of humans who are out here handling this problem, so the plebeians don't get murdered, and it's a whole deal.
Oh yeah, I
Very
know what you're talking about.
fun.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've heard of it
Very-
before.
Very basic though.
Interesting.
It's fine. It's fine. There's a bunch of cool stuff like out right now. Like, I would definitely say watch the Mononoke Garden one you just said, but also like, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna skip that one because it's controversial.
Yo,
Oh,
I am watching.
Alright.
I am
Don't ruin
watching
the
it.
fun.
It's good.
what is?
What?
I
don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know
The
what it is.
Rurouni Kenshin remake.
Oh,
Oh, haven't seen that yet.
They're doing a great job, and I'm just like, oh boy. I'm just like, is it okay for me to watch this?
yo.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
On another
And I
hype,
don't.
another hype note, and this one came out of nowhere for me, but I sat here and watched the other 4 seasons. Bungo Stray Dogs, man.
I need to watch that, bro.
Oh my god, it's like JoJo's as a mystery detective series.
It
A little less weird, but like the same vibe. Everyone's got a unique power and bullshit, and like it's very action heavy. Definitely worth going back and watching the other 4 seasons.
Yeah, and one that you would really like, I feel, Kelz, and I feel like also Zog. I don't know. I feel like Strange could watch it too. He should. But Undead Girl Murder Farce, bro, is a ride. Like, it's basically about an Oni, like a half Oni, who was made from experimentation, who's on a journey to kill this immortal because only Onis can kill immortals, and it's
But, like,
very interesting.
Yeah, it's another more mystery action one.
Yeah, like Sherlock Holmes. Actually, Sherlock Holmes is
Uh,
in it as a
That's my-
vampire.
I have
As a
I have-
vampire?
Yes.
What?
What?
Vampires and
I
werewolves
listen.
still
Okay,
walk
so
about.
one, I haven't finished the last episode, which is kind of a problem for me. Like, we're 4 or 5 episodes in. It's been fun. It's been action heavy. It's been detective-y. But like this last episode where we get legit Sherlock Holmes, I've just stopped giving a fuck. Like, we've got Lupin the third.
Lupin the Third.
We've
Yeah.
got the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
And I just have lost my fuck to give. Maybe I'm wrong for it. And then, but I don't know. I've fallen off. Everything up to this point, though, has been fun and interesting. It's just been a little slow at the moment.
That's fair. That's fair. It can be slow. It's okay. Everything
Yeah.
happens in time.
Gentlemen, I would like to announce that we have been streaming for about an hour.
Oh,
Congratulations.
okay.
I'm just letting you know.
I would like to thank everybody who didn't believe in me. Thank you for not talking to me anymore. Because I didn't like you in the first place.
Goddamn.
Goodness.
Well,
Yeah.
shit.
This started with Digimon, and we didn't talk about Digimon at all. I think it was successful.
It was.
We talked a little bit about Digimon and everything else.
Yeah, we can.
We'll be back next
Like
week.
I said before, we could cover a lot of Digimon shit. So
Next week we will talk about the circumference of Angelmon's wings.
Wing.
That is not where I thought
The
you were going to go,
wings.
but I'm proud of you.
Thank
Andrew
you.
Woman's wing.
I'm hungry.
What? Dog? You know what? I'm not gonna question it.
Well, I was kind of hungry, and you mentioned wings. I'm like, I could go for
Oh,
some
you
wings right
right.
now.
I
Fuck.
took that. I'm sorry. I took that a different way. I was right.
Oh,
That's on me. That is on me.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, y'all want to do the normal outro? Do y'all remember how it goes?
Bye.
No, that's not it.
Welcome to Content Breaker.
No, that's the
I'm
beginning.
Brian.
Just the beginning.
Um,
Do the outro.
You catch me on X.
X.
oh God.
oh,
Jesus.
fuck
And,
you.
oh, I was gonna try to remember, but then everything's already changed already.
The Fire Nation attacked hard, bro. It's been so long.
But catch us on all the podcatchers: YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X,
Twitter.
and Content Breaker. The other folks too.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. Catch y'all next week.
Bye.
Catch y'all eventually. Fuck it.
Bye.